Hi everyone, it's Jill from Jilly Bean Studio. I hope you're well, and if you have some time today, grab your supplies. I would love if you journal with me. In today's session, I'm thinking about Junk Journal January and accordion folding. So grab your supplies if you're interested in that or just want to craft along. I would love for you to join with me. Junk Journal January is something that Meg at Meg Journals does. She has great tutorials on accordion journals, and today I'm thinking about a drop paper cover for an accordion journal that I am just starting. So today is a process video. I'm just playing with accordion folding. And in fact, I also have an idea for a little handmade accordion book. So today's session is about those two things. Now, I am going to use that drop paper, which is, if you don't know what a drop paper is, it's your backsplash for when you work with paints and things, for a cover. And I'm also going to use a tab hinge collage method, which I believe Meg calls her patchwork method. So check her channel out. Again, I will link her below, and I've just gotten started on this. So the tab and hinge part is that you have separate scrappy pages and pieces of paper that you have to connect together. And that's the way I am going to build my junk journal for Junk Journal January. So that will be something that I'm just going to keep working on. I'm just beginning that and put that drop paper cover on. And the second project that I'm also getting started on in today's session is this little book. This for me is going to be a little handmade book with inspirational quotes and reflections for the new year. So not so much New Year's resolutions. I don't think I'm great with that, but I am going to make this little book, and I've used a strip of watercolor paper, leftover watercolor paper, some washi tape, and a very similar method, except this is the method where you don't have to collage or tab together your pages. Rather, when you use one long strip of paper, you can simply fold them. You need simple supplies, so something like any glue stick, any brand that you have that on hand. I'm not using really wet glues at all for this, just glue sticks. And also any scraps. This is actually from a throw that I bought over the holidays, and I practiced folding on that one just to get used to the accordion folding. I'll show you that in a minute, but it's really like the fans that you might have done when you were a kid. And yeah, here we go. I took this longer piece of sort of greenish blue paper and also was practicing on that to make the accordion fold. So it's really simple if you use a long strip. Fold it in half and then go backwards and fold that half in half and flip it over, fold that half in half, and then take that half. Guess what? Fold it in half, flip it over, and fold that in half. So really a simple folding method, and then of course you can refold so it is a complete back and forth zigzag pattern. And there's your accordion. Really fun, very simple to make your own little handmade book. Now I do have a bone folder, but if you don't, I know people have used spoons or the back of a scissors, and you can just crisp up your edges there. So that is the long paper strip method. And then anything you want for a cover, of course, I had a scrap of this really pretty handmade paper. You can back your cover with some cardstock or craft paper, whatever it is that you want to sturdy that up. I've had really a lot of fun with this, taking scrap papers that I've had over the last few months, and yeah, all of that could work as a cover. So in the end, this measures 3 inches wide approximately by 5 inches in length. All right. So Happy New Year to you. I hope that this new year brings you joy in your journaling and crafting and health and all of those good things to bring in the new year for you. I am really loving this idea of making a few smaller books. I think as I was reflecting on my junk journaling and journaling in general, I've been making a lot of bigger things. Like my last junk journal was actually, I think, the biggest journal I've ever made. So I'm really happy about making a few smaller projects, and I love this idea of this accordion handmade book. As I count out the pages, I have 8 on one side, and I end up having 6 on this side to work on. And the reason for that is when you stick on the part of the accordion pages on your cover, then you have one on the inside and cover and one on the back cover. So you end up with 8 workable pages on one side and 6 on the other, if that makes sense. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. So again, having fun with this process. And I think today, the things that have inspired me are these beautiful botanical pages. I put one already on the cover that I really like over the art paper that I had a scrap of. And for this journal and the inspirational quotes that I'm going to put in it, I really think a mix of mixed media things like watercolors, and I think I'll use some book pages, maybe some stamping. I don't know. I'm going to go with the flow here. And I have, you need some sort of paperweight. So I have these rocks from a beach vacation that we had last summer. And I'm going to put those down because when you work on an accordion spread, it's obviously folded, and this is heavy duty, heavier weight. I'm not sure if it's 140 pound because it's a scrap of watercolor paper that I had. So you definitely need to hold it down with something. All right. So how is your journaling going? Are you using mixed media supplies? Are you making a junk journal for Junk Journal January or just for fun? I hope whatever you're doing in your journaling life that you are enjoying it and crafting along using the supplies that make you happy. Lately, I've been doing a lot more with watercolor, and right now I'm just combining a little bit of blue and red to make a purple color, and I'm inspired by the book pages right here. I love the purples and the reds in these book pages, so I thought I would bring a little bit of that into the background and just relax, spend some time putting paint to paper. And later I'm going to look up some quotes to include. Not sure if I'm going to hand letter or simply print them out, but I want to ring in the new year with some quotes that will inspire me, bring me some joy in my journaling practice, and make a cute little book in the process. So I've sped up the video here and there. I needed some drying time because As you might know, watercolors go on. Here we go. That's a sped up version. The watercolors need some time to dry in between, and they also dry a lot lighter. So I'm just going back in with a few coats here and there and enjoying the relaxation of this journal session. I don't know about you, but when I'm simply making backgrounds, not overthinking anything, it's just a really relaxing and fun practice. So yeah, I think I have laid down the layers that I want for now. I'm gonna remove my my paperweights. Have those really pretty botanical book scraps for inspiration. And now, since I have a lot of paint left over, I thought I would just plop some down on these scrap pieces of paper, splashing around, and I will use those probably in my junk journal January pages to use those for the tabs and the hinges that I will need to connect more pages. So moving those off to dry and moving back in with the beginnings of my junk journal for January. I am excited about adding more painted pages. This is something I think in the new year I'd like to work more with paint and collage. So I'm happy about that. And at this point, I think I'm just considering how many pages I will need and hinging this in so that I can attach this to the cover. I'm not even sure I'm going to do this right now in terms of putting the cover on, but I just want to make this tab or hinge so that it's ready when I am ready to continue with this project. I hope you've gotten some ideas here. I think the main method is to have probably a 1/2 inch at least to 1 inch tab when you are connecting your pages. So yeah, I think that's at least 1 inch. And again, the journal that I'm making is a 6x6 square for Junk Journal January. And when you attach it, I decided to put sort of a plain scrappy piece of paper here because I liked the other page that I'm attaching it to, and I wanted something that I could glue down to the cover that wouldn't matter. So I wouldn't lose the collaging that I'd done on the other page. Just gonna quickly go over that with the bone folder and think about that for the cover attachment. I'm gonna wait. I don't want to do that quite yet. I want to add a few more pages before I attach the cover. So yeah, I think that will be it for this session. I am happy about starting, and please check out Meg at Meg Journals for plenty of inspiration. Happy journaling to you and Happy New Year. Thank you so much for watching.